We'd like to welcome you back to BeMoreNews.com. Mr. Rutherford, your opponent is painting you and your teammate as hating women. Well, what's this all about? You're married to a beautiful woman. You have two beautiful daughters. I didn't know you had a war on women, Mr. Rutherford.
Well, that's the Democrats' playbook. They're taking their national playbook of this made-up war on women and trying to do it here. And what they've done is they've gone to a 33-year-old newspaper article that was wrong to begin with, that misstated Larry Hogan Sr.'s position, and tried to apply it to Larry Hogan Jr. Larry Hogan has never taken the statements, taken these type of positions in terms of, no abortion in the case of rape or incest. He's never taken that position.
Now, those are pretty harsh charges. I mean, you combine that with the walking backwards scenario for black people. They're really trying to paint you guys as the enemy.
They are. They're desperate. And it takes them to look at us as enemies, where we look at them as our adversaries in an election. But they're desperate, they're making things up, and they're trying to get away from the fact that Mr. Brown has a history of failure. He doesn't have a history of success. He had 2 jobs as lieutenant governor: economic development and rollout of the health care plan. Economic development, we're 49th out of 50 states. We have an unemployment rate now in Maryland that is higher than the national average. That is virtually unheard of. When we have the federal government sitting we surround 2/3 of the federal government, in terms of Washington, D.C.
In other words, we should be doing better.
We should be doing substantially better. When we have all these federal employees and we still are above the national average when it comes to unemployment. And then in the other area, it's been a $200 million fiasco with this website for the healthcare exchange, plus another $60 million that's going to go to Connecticut to use the Connecticut system. And then there's even some questions, which we've all talked about, in terms of the DGA and these contracts, and people getting no-bid contracts and no minority participation in any of these contracts on that $200 million. So it's been an absolute disaster.
Well, you hold that thought. We're going to finish up with this MBE question for you. Keep watching BeMoreNews.com.